again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. That second down play nets a -4. Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. To throw, it's Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run the jet sweep now. Rodgers. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Our game here, the first of 3 on this Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everybody. And remember, you got 2 more after this. We're followed here by the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then tonight, a good one out in the desert, the Bucs and Cards from Glendale. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cobb. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On 2nd down, Dillon. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Got a man. It's Amari Rodgers complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They'll run for the first time with Hill. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And with the playoffs ahead, this is how you build momentum, because they pitched a shutout last week. And I don't care who you're playing. That's not easy to do at this level. And
he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Christian Wilkins able to record his 5th sack of the season. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Rodgers. Under pressure, they got him again. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Flushed out right. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. On play action, here's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here this second quarter. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Getting set for the first snap of this next drive, Amari Rodgers leads out the offense. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's second down. Now Rodgers. Finds his route. And a loose football. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Well, there you go. Rodgers to Rodgers. First down, Packers. Back to throw again. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And they're going to get this up to midfield. 2nd and 4. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Rodgers. Being chased, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
They're in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. "35 yards that time on the punt, and the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, they run with Edmonds. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Here's Tua. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa, eluding the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards. Tua to throw again. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's got his tight end Gesicki in the end zone. Touchdown Dolphins. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Dolphins go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Charles, after the first quarter was just complete disaster for them, everything has flipped. I mean, it's 180 degrees in the other direction now here in quarter two.
Championship effort right there. How about them marching almost the length of the field, coming through on their final opportunity to get the win? This is one that this team will remember forever, as well as their fans.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That's Tunyon bringing in the quick throw. Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Rodgers now on 1st down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
Surprised in the miss there with the way this first half is gone. Here they were hoping to get some sort of momentum to carry them into the locker room, but even this doesn't pan out.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. A final shot before break. Thompson steps away. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you at home as we take you around the NFL on this 25th day of December. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where it was the visiting Jaguars who were able to come away with the road victory. Christian Kirk, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Rashad Bateman, a touchdown catch in the victory. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Gabriel Davis leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, but he opted for the touchback. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, this team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that number 1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
He's got a man complete, and he'll be ridden out of bounds Edmonds all the way down at the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 41 yards on the ground for him so far.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Second down, Gaskin. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Myles Gaskin hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it is 28-0. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was capped off by a Myles Gaskin touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Up the middle, it's Hill. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Rodgers now to throw. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down.
Running on 1st down with Gaskin.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Gaskin again on 2nd down.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game, and I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Myles Gaskin with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Thompson going play action here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Gaskin will try it up the middle. He will push his way down to about the 14. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Gaskin once more. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So on 4th down.
Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
On second and a long way to go. Rodgers, they set up the screen to Hill. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and a mile. Rodgers going to throw. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
After the sack on 1st down, Rodgers over the middle, and that's caught by Rodgers. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. That's complete to Rodgers. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Dolphins offense returning to the field. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Here's Gaskin.
And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a pickup of 6.
But think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there's another 1st down run right there.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
So for the Dolphins, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a song. No, I don't swim, but I give up. Now, next. While you there looking the best, feel to get up in your chest while I soak up my success, getting tokens for your stress. I'll be making all the checks anytime I see you get on a stage. Acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. you wouldn't do the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting I'm gonzo, headed where the homie live, cause it's on, yo. I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo, so my girl got mad and she my bro. Monica, you're wrong, though. That's against a bro code. Headed to his home, though. No, he living solo. Vertebrae. I just broke into his place. It's chilling in space, yeah. Then I say it's evidence. You entertain my loyalty to infiltrate. The only woman that I claim to risk your life to get some strange. All my anger is a pain. You didn't know that I'm a saint. I will blow your up, then I again. Cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting cold.
Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my bars on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Heart of a lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving. We making movies, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. You only get one shot. One shot.